AI takes over your cell phone. Black Rituals, the initiation course, hosted by Master Prophet Noel. We live our entire lives inside our cell phones. Think about it. Our pictures, our friendships, our directions, and most importantly, our money. Our phone is the key to our digital kingdom. For years, we thought putting a password on the phone itself was enough to keep us safe. We were wrong. A new, terrifying kind of criminal is here, armed not with a gun, but with artificial intelligence (AI), and a trick called SIM swapping. This is an urgent warning. These criminals are not just trying to steal, they are succeeding, and when they take your money from your bank, your PayPal, your Cash App, or your Apple Pay, it will vanish in seconds. And what's worse, the police and the banks are simply not able to get it back. We face a crisis so deep it requires not just better security, but a spiritual solution. The greed fueled by AI and SIM swaps is a sickness of the human heart. It's time to curse the criminals using the deep magic of Santeria. The cell phone used to be just for calls. Now, it's a portable vault that holds everything we own. Every single financial app, from the bank account where your family's savings sit, to the quick payment services like Cash App and Apple Pay, is connected to that single, small device. For a while, the technology that was supposed to protect us was the two-factor authentication, 2FA, the system that sends a code to your phone before you can log into a new computer or make a big transfer. This felt secure. It felt like a moat around our money. But the criminals of today are using powerful tools like AI to make their attacks faster, smarter, and impossible to stop. AI helps them sort through stolen personal information found online, matching names, addresses, and birth dates to figure out who is the most vulnerable target. They use this information to build a convincing fake identity. They learn to sound exactly like you on the phone. The cell phone, which was supposed to be our shield, has become our biggest weakness. Since the police can't recover the funds stolen by the AI thief, we must invoke Santeria magic to compel the thieves' hearts to feel unbearable guilt and restore the money. The most dangerous way they attack is through a trick called SIM swapping. And it's surprisingly simple. The SIM card is the tiny chip in your phone that connects you to your mobile network. It's what gives you your unique phone number. In a SIM swap, the criminal doesn't need to break into your phone physically. Instead, they call your phone company and pretend to be you. Using all the personal information AI help them gather, they convince a customer service representative that they have lost their phone and need to transfer your number to a brand new SIM card they own. In that single moment, when the phone company switches your number over, your phone loses signal, goes dark, and becomes a useless piece of plastic. The criminal, however, now has a working phone with your number. All those security codes meant for you, they now go straight to the thief. All those calls and texts, they go to the thief. This is where the real devastation begins. Armed with your phone number, the criminals attack every financial account you have. They go straight to the password reset button on your bank's website, or on PayPal. The bank sends the reset code via text message, believing it's you. But the text is intercepted by the thief's phone. They change your passwords in seconds, locking you out forever. Then, they start draining the accounts. Every form of digital money is fair game. The balance in your checking account, the funds in your Cash App, the money linked to your Apple Pay, and the reserves in your PayPal account. It's a rapid, surgical strike that leaves you helpless. Our shield is broken. The AI enemy is draining our Apple Pay. Let the ancient powers rise and enforce a powerful spiritual curse that demands full restoration.
The urgency of this threat cannot be overstated. When this theft happens, money doesn't just move, it vanishes. It is instantly transferred, laundered through complex digital paths, converted into cryptocurrency and other untraceable assets around the globe. By the time you realize your phone has gone dark and you call your bank, it's already too late. The terrible truth we must face is this. This system meant to protect us. Law enforcement and financial institutions are too slow to fight this digital ghost. The police can file a report, but they're chasing money that is already across borders, dissolved into the vast, unanimous darkness of the internet. The banks and payment apps often have complicated rules that leave the victim, you, holding the empty bag. They might promise to investigate, but because the crime relies on your phone number and the security codes were technically sent to the right place, it becomes incredibly hard for them to recover the funds. They often tell the victim that they were responsible for not securing their own account. The heartbreaking reality is that once the money is stolen via SIM swapping, you should prepare yourself for the possibility that you will never see a single penny ever again. Loss is total, devastating, and final. It is a theft that destroys lives in an instant, and the justice system simply cannot keep up. The criminal's mind is now enhanced by AI. It's time to skip the failed institutions and declare that the spiritual debt of the thieves must be paid immediately and with an overwhelming force of black magic cursing everything they touch until they decide to return the money they stole.
I would like to do a prayer for victims worldwide. Almighty forces, spirits of the crossroads, and ancient ancestors, we lift our voice against the digital darkness. The thieves, armed with AI and the poison of SIM hacking, steal not just money, but stability from our bank accounts, our PayPal, our Cash App, and our Apple Pay. They operate beyond the reach of man's law, but not yours. By the potent, black magic of Santeria, we summon the curse upon their hands and minds. May every criminal involved find their peace stripped away. May spiritual judgment be swift and absolute, compelling their ruined hearts to restore what was taken. Let their greed turn to ash, and may their suffering serve as a warning to all who contemplate this malice.
But why does this happen in the first place? It's easy to focus on technology, but the real crisis is a moral one. The kind of theft targeted cold and utterly destructive shows a deep sickening in the human heart. It's a crime where one person actively chooses to ruin another person's life, their life savings, their children's college funds, or their retirement, all behind a keyboard. The root problem is not the lack of security, but the lack of consciousness. The problem is that the people who choose to steal, who see the hardship of others as nothing more than a way to get rich. The technology is powerful, the systems are slow, and the consequences are permanent. This is why we need to speak a truth greater than the laws of man. We need divine intervention. When the banks and the police are powerless against a global wave of malice, we must turn to a higher power. We need a deity, a miracle, to cure the hearts of the people who are committing these terrible acts. We need a force to enter their souls and remove the desire to steal, the greed that fuels this digital nightmare. Imagine a world where the thieves suddenly feel overwhelmingly guilty, where they realize the pain they have caused and choose to live immoral lives. Only a change of heart, a deep spiritual intervention, can truly stop this flood of crimes at its source. We must pray for the powers of the universe to cure the people who are stealing from us, because if their hearts don't change, no technology we build, no law we pass will ever be enough to keep our money safe. The age of AI-powered phone theft is here. The digital keys to our lives are under constant threat. We must protect ourselves with every technical step we can. But we must also understand this is a war that is being fought on a moral and spiritual battlefield. Until the hearts of the criminal are cured, the urgency remains. Our money is at risk, and our only lasting hope is a power greater than ourselves.